If you decided to stop being a clown in a Stephen King-based movie, would you be an X-It? Hi, I'm Chris Renshaw. Welcome to Boards and Swords, where we like to have fun and talk about all kinds of gaming. But today what we're going to be doing is I'm actually going to be playing through one of the first Exit the board games, or Exit the game, that has come out. This is The Abandoned Cabin. This is an escape room game from Kosmos. These are really cheap. They're like 15 bucks. And you might be wondering, Chris, why would you play that on camera, thus giving away the extent of the game? Well, I figure A, people do watch videos of puzzles and stuff all the time, so why not give this a try and follow along, see if you're smarter than I am, because you probably are. All right. So here we have, this is actually one of the first series. I've had this boxed up forever. Another reason I don't mind doing this, but this is the Exit the Abandoned Cabin. This might actually be the first one, but this is, oh, it doesn't talk about the difficulty of it. Okay, maybe that was in a later game, but still, I'm going to get out my phone here and we're gonna set up the timer. All right, we've got the counter down here in place. I will probably just kind of put that up in the corner. And with that, let's dive right in. So opening up the box, we've got our puzzle solving wheel that's usually there for a lot of things. Looks like some punch outs that are in different colors. The tutorial thing, the actual book, and then the what's this game about? This is basically all they like. Hey, how do you play this game? All right, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to read any intro stuff, and then I will hit the timer when I do it. Actually, I should open up these cards first. It says, "Welcome, guests, to my humble cabin. How precious of you to wander through the dark and stormy woods." I don't know why I did an accent there. "Hoping that I would provide you with a bed for the night. Alas, I cannot offer you a place to rest your head, but I will force you to use it. I always welcome a group of fresh players for my game." That sounds weird. "Let's see what you can do. Trying to find a way out of my cabin to freedom as quickly as possible. You don't even want to think about what will happen to you if you fail. I would really love to finally find some worthy players capable of cracking my riddles. Alas, I'm slowly losing hope. Can you manage to open the door in time? If so, you'll be able to escape this nightmare. If you can't, nightmares will be the least of your worries. My game begins." You'll notice the timer probably jumping around. That's because I don't want this to be an exact play-by-play. I actually prefer it when things are cut out to just the interesting bits. So let's now that we're a minute in already and wasted that. All right, so it wants me to start at riddle card W. All right, riddle. All right, I'm gonna separate the riddle cards, the answer cards. Yeah. And then the help, and the rest of these should be the help cards. Okay. All right. So it starts with riddle card W. So let's go all the way down here to probably the end. Riddle card W. Want to crack the code? Feel free to fold. Don't you see the blue line? All right. When did the artist paint the picture? Wait, this is W. Okay. Some of the flowers wilt in secret. The moon rises in May, but it's spelled M-A-Y. We have a red skull. We have a red X. The little kind of color wheel palette there. It says, "Crack the code. Feel free to fold. Don't you see the blue line?" And looking on the card, I do kind of see a blue line, but it could also just be, and I know a lot of these boxes do weird things with like That's probably for something else. Feel free to fold. Okay, so this one is not a linear. Some of the later ones are more of a linear. So it says you can look through the entire book for stuff. So when did the artist paint the picture? Some of the wilted flowers wilt. All right. So the next page we have a picture of the cottage here. So yeah, next we have a picture of the cottage with all sorts of the shapes and stuff for the different puzzles. Then next we have a word puzzle, a diagram of the cabin here, and then we have some lines. So easy. A blue line that goes with this. So this might be our starting point. And then we have some dominoes and numbers. So let's start with the puzzle we have. And I'm actually going to, maybe I won't. I'm just going to fold this right here on this line first. I'm used to more of the linear ones where it's like everything you need is on the cards in that page. So I wasn't even thinking to look later in the book. All right. So feel free to fold. Don't you see the blue line? All right. When we do that, we have a 1, a 0, 2. Oops. We have a 1, 0, 6, and a 2. But that's it. So, but there is a safe here with a 3-digit code. And then what was the rest of the riddle card? W, the moon rises in May. Why did the artist paint the picture? Some of the flowers wilt in secret. I don't know if these correspond to this card though. Let's start with 7 minutes in, still trying to figure this out. Tells you how long it's been since I've done one of these proper. All right, let's start with the wheel. We are on the L-shaped puzzle, and let's go 1, 0, 6. All right, we have answer card 7 here. I doubt this is right. That seems too easy. The code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol on the, we see it on the safe. So we'll go to code 9. Congratulations, you've opened the safe. Okay, well that's good. All right, congratulations. Oops, as I get the stuff back in it, you've opened the safe. You find riddle cards B, I, Q, and V. Thank you for putting them in order. All right, then put this back in there for some reason. Maybe it'll get used again later. All right, let's look at this in order. So we have a puzzle with a bunch of, or excuse me, we have a newspaper with a bunch of letters with the J highlighted in red. Card I, we have the painting very similar to the one that was in the book here, but different. It still has the similar, okay, so maybe it's not. It's very same style, but completely different. Q, we have my cruel game has everything a forsaken has everything a forsaken man needs to live out his secret fantasy. I bring to each paper many deceptions that await you. When it is that you find yourselves in my cabin, each is hidden and you are on your own. If you have no luck at solving my riddles, it is the floor that will drop out from the escape from the bottom under your feet. There is no escape, and of this I am sure. Now the ghastly curse of the Witch of the Wood is yours, a gruesome old game that will end in a pine box. That is so wordy. This has to be one of those, like, I'm looking for specific words and letters. That just so much stuff. To escape the nightmare, you must find it. Okay, so we are on the diamond now, and HTM is highlighted in there. I wonder if it has something to do with this. So we are on the diamond, which is a little cash box. Okay, it says first you must find it. So that makes me think that we need to find nightmare spelled correctly in this puzzle. That's the only... Is there anything else that marks that has that mark? No. Nothing else has that mark. And this doesn't either, but let's see, let's see, we need an NIGHT. So I need a NIG. No. So there's a couple different, like, do I need to pace it out? GHT, there's the night. Oh, but they're different colors. I wonder if the colors, because there's colors on here. I've just kind of taken a shot in the dark here. Okay, so going through the letters, the only one that actually spells out nightmare as on here would be this way, going this way, and then like you'd need to go like that. And the letters HTM are capitalized. So this seems, so let's start with H is brown. So let's go brown, which is a 8 on here. T is blue. And then M is gray. So that says answer card 1. Then that's incorrect. So trying to see if I see anything else that has this symbol. So make sure I don't get off on the wrong track here, because this was clearly identified. That shows a square cutout kind of here and here. Just kind of scouring these pages to see if I see another kind of hidden trapezoid, rhombus shape. That's what I'm looking for, is a rhombus shape. It's weird because it's like I can go NIGHT MARE. And that's the most, everything else seems that I've done, you kind of have to go at like angles. So this is the only one where it's all orthogonal based. So let's, same thing, same assumption. So NIGH, H is white now, which I believe is at 7. Whoops, I am on the wrong symbol. So HT is yellow, which I've got there, and then M is black. So now it says 17. Which is potential. Where do you see the code symbol? The code is on a cash box, which it says is 23. So, haha, that was right. Huzzah. You find riddle cards M and U and the strange blue item. And now we're going to look at cards M and U. So M, we've got a square. So this is for the square one. And we got a fleur-de-lis. We've got, looks like a branch or a feather, and then an X. And then an X on here with these things kind of spaced out. That's very odd. And then next we have just a purple circle with nothing else on it. So let's set that aside. So purple circle, and then the square. I'm going to take this card, we're going to set it over here because ideally we've solved those, but who knows. And then we've got this thing, which goes on all sorts of stuff. Is there anything else in the book that has a square? I don't see how that goes. Ah, square. So I'm going to assume that gets folded, that corner stays folded up. And again, looking through a 3-digit number. So there's dominoes here that the square does have a bunch of numbers on it though. Fleur-de-lis, I don't even know. Oh, the X, what was that too? The X, when did the artist paint the picture? (1679). So there's that. This looks like it probably goes to here. Did I ever look to see if there's a symbol on this card? I don't see anything. Weird that 1679 is down here on the bottom. And again, we were supposed to take the U, but it's just a purple circle. I don't want to take a help card, but I almost feel like I need to because I'm so, well, so fleur-de-lis. I don't even know what this is. There's a little, it looks like a turd almost on a stick. I guess it's a leaf, a branch. So there's a domino here. I don't know what this would solve. It's got like a question mark, so I see solving this. I guess we could figure out what that is, but I'd just give us a number. Don't necessarily know what that does. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a help card because I'm completely stuck. All right, first clue. To solve this riddle, you need to have found cards I and M. In addition, you'll need page. Find the 3 required objects from riddle card M. Okay, so need page 3 and page 10. We had page 10, and page 3 was, I think this told us just what we already knew. Find the 3 required objects. Okay. Did that, or tried to. Okay. 3 required objects. So I need a fleur-de-lis somewhere, and whatever that little stick branch thing is. So fleur-de-lis should be the, oh. There's a bunch of fleur-de-lis around the image. And there's a bunch of trees. That's a tree. I get it now. I was looking at it sideways. It's a tree. So we already saw the 1679. How many of the things? There's 32, which is this up here. And then there's 17. So 32, 17. Oh, okay. 32, 17. 1679. 217 should be, so I just didn't see those two things on there was my problem. So this is the square. I'm more confident in this now than the other ones. Okay, so 2 is first. And then we have the 1. And then we have the 7. So card number 10. All right, the code may be in sight. Where do you see the symbol? It is on this little chair thing. So card 22. Excellent. The end table drawer can be opened now. You find real cards F, J, and S. F, J, S. I hate that I technically used a help because I feel like this didn't do anything. Like I pretty much already knew all of that information. So we have a triangle now. It says color theory. First add some blue to the button, then take away some yellow from the skull, then finally take some red from the ball. So this looks like a ball, and the color immediately makes me think of the down here, and we have the skull. So, I mean, okay. And then just to say whatever else, we got a picture of Einstein here. And it says, if 8 plus 5 equals 313, and 5 plus 4 equals 19, then 7 plus 6 equals question mark, question mark, question mark, with the one of those being red, which this matches up kind of to what the dominoes thing was. So my cruel game, you can only figure it out if you start at the end. Always just one word from top to bottom. Note this symbol does not appear on the decoder disc. This riddle can still be solved though, and there are help cards to give you a hand. All right, I'm gonna wait on this because while I was looking around, I stumbled upon this, I think, but top to bottom, a secret paper is hidden at the bottom of the game box. So that because when I was moving around, I saw this. I didn't really read it because it was, but I know they like to mess with the boxes, so I was just flummoxing around. Congratulations, you found the secret paper and thus solved the F and Q riddle cards. Oh, there's paper on the back. I was like, what was the point in that? Okay, let's go back to the color theory here. I need a button, and that's, I believe, the button is yellow. So, and I'm thinking the way this works, I'm kind of on a roll. I'm kind of on a roll now. All right, so we are on diamond now. The upside down, add some blue to the button. The button is yellow. If we add blue, we get green. So let's throw green at the top. Then take some yellow from the skull. Skull is orange. If we take away the yellow, we get red. So we're gonna get the 1 down there. Then finally take red from the ball. The ball is purple. We take away the red, we get blue. So let's spin the blue around there. Card number 4. All right, this code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol? Well, we wouldn't have gotten that if we had, so I guess it's a good thing we did the other thing in order. It is on that little bookshelf thing, so card 21. Very good. You've opened the cabinet. Find A and R. Move these and have a look at them. Let's slide that back in. I'm going to again set these over there. We still have not used these two things, which is interesting. Okay, so we have a briefcase. It says open me, it's a circle. Aha! We have the domino, the journal, and Albert. So the journal is interesting because I don't know if we've seen anything about a journal yet. J-O-U-R. That's probably that. We're gonna get a pencil in here. So J and O to U to R to N to A. Where's the A? To L. And that looks like a 9. Or I guess technically it could be a 6 if it was the other way around. But let's just assume that's a 9. As I use pencil because it's lighter, but I also have to... All right. Journal, or the domino. Let's go to the dominoes. So if we put the 3 and the 1 domino, and that takes that out, then you got to use a 1, so it's either the 1 and 2 or the 1 and 5. So let's go, so 1 has to be next. All right, so then let's try the 2, which would mean that has to be 2. And there is a bunch of 2s. Screw it. I'm cutting these babies out. I'm tired of trying to figure this out on my own. All right, we know that. Thanks for me writing it down because I flipped it around. 1 and 3 goes first. And then we have all right. So the 6s have to go something like that somehow. Then just start matching up things that go together. And then, although technically it doesn't say that it had to go in that order, it could have gone that order. Yeah, that was definitely easier to do now that I had them out. 1, 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6, 6, 6, 2, 2, 1, 1, 5, 5 to 3, 3 to 4. So the domino is a 4. Probably. Who knows? So 8 and 5 is 13, but they have a 3, 1, 3, and 5 and 4 equals 9, 9, but the 1, 9, and 7 and 6, which also equals 13. The Einstein part is the weird part, because, yeah. So this is kind of going off on a limb, but Einstein would fit in there. The first and last piece of Einstein is spelled the same, and these parts would be the same, so that would make that a 3. So 4, 9, 3 for the circle. 4, 9, and 3 gives us card 12. Maybe. And it's on a briefcase, so card 3. Ah, so clever, but it's not correct. We are doing circle, right? Okay. So, another literal pie in the sky here. Just looked it up. Albert Einstein was born on Pi Day, March 14th, which the numbers added are 3 and a 1. So this will be a 13. What if that's a 4? So this should be 494 instead. What did I do with all the answer cards? That gives us 13 instead. And that was off. I know that seemed way off too. Well, I'm fairly certain the 4 and the 9 are right. I double checked the dominoes. I don't think there's another way that they could have gone together. And I double checked the journal. I don't see another way that could go. So I could just keep spinning the wheel and figuring it out that way. Just trying all the combinations. I was just hoping that maybe I would have a little bit more luck. All right, well, it's not 2, it's not 3. We've tried that. We've tried 4. 5 just looked as a failure. 6 is a failure. But we didn't try 1. So it was a 1, or it was 14 at least. So it was a 1, I just don't know why. But find riddle cards E and T. All right. So, good chance these are done. I may have to look up later why that was the thing. All right, E. Don't believe a word. Blue, green, red, and that's the Y. Or any color either. Okay. And then we've got the moon. And it's a bunch of synonym, martyrdom, yammered, alchemy, symmetry. The moon rises in May is something we know and have not used yet. M-A-Y. Okay, so setting aside this one, I'm going to say, I'm going to try something for, well, first of all, where is the little Y shape? So I don't think we've seen a Y shape yet. All right, so I don't think we can solve this one yet. The moon rises in May, or M-A-Y. The moon appears on that. Oh. So I stumbled my way into it, but the way this is supposed to go is the last two numbers are, if you add them together, the first number is what happens if you subtract them. So 8 and minus 5 is 3, 5 minus 4 is 1, 7 minus 6 would be the other one. And I was reading way too much into the Einstein piece. But now, I'm thinking there's a card we don't have to solve this because we don't have the Y symbol on the table anywhere yet. So we have a moon, we have a moon box. We know the moon rises in M-A-Y. Oh, what if M-A-Y is the number of M's, A's, and Y's? So, all right, pulling up the wheel, moon at the top, M's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's spin the dial till we get 8 up top. A, let me double check the M's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, A's. 1, 2, 3. Is that it? Just 3? 1, 2, 3. So we'll spin in a 3 here. And then Y's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Card number 18. Code may be right. Where do you see the symbol? It is on that little chesty thingy, so it's 15. Haha! Gotcha. All right. Throw you over there. DKLP. So D K L and P. Got all new stuff. Star. Unscramble the letters, then look for the decabor. 8. Oh, I know what this is. And yeah. So K, we have another Y piece. That's a bunch of numbers. So we have a bunch, so pretty sure I know what this card is. And then we have for card K, a bunch of letters, or numbers, sorry. I don't know my difference. All right, to the south, antlers. To the east, porcelain figures. To the west, flowers. Then card L is, this is what I was thinking of. I knew we needed more for this. All right. Now we finally have A, we know where the star goes. Unscramble the letters, then look for the decabor. This one I know because of knowing how they like to do things with the box. Decabor is barcode. And the barcode for this game starts with an 8, ends with a 6. So we're just going to go ahead and get that one out of the way. So, all right, star at the top. First number is going to be the first in the second pairing, and that is a 0. Is there a 0 on here? There is a 0 on here. And then 2 is the first number after the 8, so a 1. And then 3 is the next 3 numbers put together. So 1 plus 2 plus 6, so 9. And that's a 12. And this is on that little tall bookshelf thing, so card number 2. Great, the supply cabinet is open. Find the O riddle card and take the strange red item. All right, so this gives us, when we open it, it has a shelf and also has riddle card H down there at the bottom. I wonder if that means we get riddle card H. Which we get a polygon that says use only blue, green, and purple. And the hexagon's the door, I believe. Yeah. So that's the door, blue, green, and purple. I I don't know if there's anything. We're going to keep that there. Okay, the flowers, what was that? Flowers wilt in, some of the flowers wilt in secret. So are there any flowers wilting? All right, we're going to use this, we're going to do this now. All right, so opening up the cabin. So we get the cabin here, my cabin. We now have a lot of the stuff that goes in here. So the chair goes there. The door is here. Let's move these up. You don't necessarily need to see those. So door goes there. Our door goes here. And then this goes here because of that. And then the window, and I guess the chair and the table would be right there. So on that side. So to the south, antlers. So this is south. To the east, porcelain figures. There's a lot on here. To the west, flowers. So that means the cabin is like this. I don't know what that tells us. Okay. Coming back to the whys. So it says, don't believe a word or color either. There's two ways that could go. But what I'm thinking is letters, 4, 5, and 3, that's what it is. Four, 5, and 3, I could just plug that in, but I'm thinking, because this also has, and there's a bunch of numbers and they repeat a lot, so I'm wondering if it's the number of the numbers. So 4 is 1, 2, 3. So let's go to Y and let's start with 3. And then next we have, or no, yes, that was 3. And then we have 5. So there's 1, 2 5s. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3, 2, 3 gives us card 24, which is wrong. Did I do that right? 4, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 5s. That's why I got that wrong. One reason I got it wrong. So it says 3, 3, 3. So it says that's wrong too. Unless the other option I thought of was what it has to do with the colors. It says don't believe a word or a color. So for instance, it says blue at the top in red. So that means green, to me, green goes at the top. Okay, so maybe the numbers are on the card. All right, then green is in blue on the middle, so red. And then that gives blue at the bottom. So that doesn't spell anything, but I could have it upside down, or it could go this way or this way. So the 3 is definitely there. Let's see, the 0, does it do anything no, it doesn't really match up there or there. Yeah, so the only way it works is that way, to mean the 0, And then I'm going to assume the 8, but just for verification, it looks like, yeah, so 308 is the right. So 308. So Y, 3, I had one of them right. 0, 8, and that's 11. All right. And this is on the table, I believe. Yes, it's on the table. So card 6. Great. The dining table can be opened. You can take C and N. Which now we're going to toss both of those. C and N. Aha! This is where those squares come in. So presumably to do with this page, and we're going to cut these suckers out using only blue, green, and purple. So let's see if we can get, that looks like that fits in there. Again, no idea what this goes to. No, that's not quite right. Those all fit perfectly, and this one doesn't. Like, kind of want that to be a misprint, but and again, I don't even know what this goes to because we don't have symbols or anything on here. So that's probably how that goes, but again, no symbols, so I don't know what that goes to. So what have we not used? We're coming on the end here. We've used that page. We've used this. We haven't used this page. We haven't really used that page. We've used both of those. Some of the flowers wilt in secret. That's the one thing we on here we haven't used. Okay, so I didn't need to turn this because it maybe this is pointing out that I missed something on the cards. Okay. To the south, antlers. Yep. To the east, porcelain figures. To the west, flowers. But some flowers wilt in secret. Use only blue, green, and purple. And that's the door, is what it says. Oh. Oh. Oh, maybe? Maybe it's numbers? Maybe it's numbers. Okay, because there's wilting flowers down there, so maybe that's what that keyword is for. So, let's get our wheel out And I think I already know what that card is going to be if this is right. So, plus sign at the top. To the south, antlers. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 antlers. So let's put 4 at the top. All right, to the east. No, I did that wrong. South, antlers is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs. I'm hoping that's right. So let's put 9 at the top. To the east, porcelain figures. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 porcelain figures. To the west, flowers. There's 1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 7th with 1 wilting at the bottom of the card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I'm overthinking this because I think that is a failure. I've already figured that out. It's a failure. Okay, well maybe we don't count the ones that's in that. Maybe it's just this card. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12. Maybe. All right, and the plus sign is on that little bookshelf thing there, so that's 8. Nope, that's wrong too. The only other thing is, are those each independent flowers? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which we already did 7, didn't we? Yeah, we already did 7. So it's how many? So the flower. I think those 2 parts are right. So it's all a matter of the flowers. Only other thing is if it's a 0, card number 1 is nope. That's not it either. Okay, so the correct answer was 6. So the only thing I can figure is that they didn't mean the flowers on the ground. It's just supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But now I get card G, just like I thought. Yes, we are out of here. Might as well. We are pretty much out of here. Because use only blue, green, and purple. So I'm not even going to cut the other one. I had a good feeling this is what that meant. Blue, green, and purple. So I think we already figured out that green goes there and that purple goes there. And I was like, man, that should fit. So, but now this fits almost perfectly. So now A goes to 4. So going to the hexagon, let's spin her up to 4. And then B, shoop-de-doop-de-doop-de-whoop, she whoop-de-whoop-de 3. Let's dial in a 3. C is a 9. 4, 3, and 9. 16. 16 is the door. So 28. Huzzah! You enter a code, hear a click, and believe it or not, the lock opens. You are free. After what seems like an eternity, you reach the nearest town. There you inform the police, who react with astonishment to your story. They want you to take them to the cabin in the woods. You search the woods from morning to night, but in vain. The cabin cannot be found. A year later, you receive a postcard without a return address. It shows one picture from the wall in the cabin. On the back is the following message: "Looking forward to my next game with you. See you soon." Okay, well, as I noted in the video, and you might have kind of figured out for yourself, I stopped the timer in the middle of the video and forgot to start it back up. Fortunately, I was able to look at the footage and figure out that it took me this long to do it. I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it was like basically 2 hours. So like it was like an hour and 49 minutes. The exact number's still over there, which is rough. That's pretty rough. But I did play it myself. Didn't have any help, so that might be a factor in there. I did like this one, the abandoned cabin. It had the right mix of, it wasn't very straightforward linear like some of the easier exits that I've done, where it's like you have to solve this page and then go to the next page. I like that kind of more fluid types of puzzles. And the difficulty was kind of obviously a bit much for me, but kind of spot on there without being tremendously challenging. I'm still biting myself on some of those, but overall, definitely a good one to start with, which is probably why they started with it there. So let me know if you like this type of video, if you want to see me solve more. I have a huge stack of other exit and the adventure game series that I need to be going through, and so I was going to try and record a couple of those. So let me know if you like this video. Make sure you follow me on social media. And did you know that if you like and subscribe to this video, you get one free reroll in any game of your choice? You may not have known that, but when you signed up for YouTube, it's actually mentioned in the terms of service. Don't look it up, just go trust me. I read it, and it's there. So, and that's per video. So if you go like a bunch of other videos, those are free rerolls that you can just bank up for the next time that you're at a game night. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you next time.